it's as easy as ABC. Yeah. And so it's as easy as ABC and not D. Let me give you what ABC, not D, stands for. A is aware, being creative, not destructive. Yeah, good, good. Not destructive. And I'll get into like why destructive, because I think the D, not D, is where we spend the most of our time. A is around aware. And it's aware, and what we're aware of is aware of your starting point, your starting position. And then you might say, well, Jess, when would I pay attention to my starting point? Oh, great question. And I say every moment of now. Now, this is hard for most of us because we don't spend much time in the present, like in the moment now, but every once in a while we remember ourselves and it's like, oh yeah, like, oh, I have now, I'm in the moment, and in the moment I can choose. And so I call awareness around where is our time. And so I'll ask, like, for you, as you think back over like your days, like your patterns, how you normally are, where is the majority of your focus? And I say more than 50%, and I'm going to break it into 3 categories. Where is the majority of your thoughts, your thinkings? Is it in the past, the present, or the future? What number out of 100 would you put on that? And then like percentage. Great. So now we're aware, right? Good. And so then what's the next one? Where's the next position that you spend the majority of your time thinking? And what percentage would you, out of the remaining 10, what would you put there?
I guess.
And then you'd say 5 for the present. Just no, I'm no judging. Yeah. What shows up for you? I find that is one way to catch my nows, like to catch where I'm at, is to think about where is my thinking. Yeah, beautiful. Now the second way is I call, that was the A, that was aware. Now I'm going to call it the B, is being, more of our unconscious. This is our feelings, because I say we have our feelings and we have our thoughts. And what I'm working to do is pull them apart for us so that we can see that they're separate. Even though they are all of us, they make up who we are. Without being aware of either one of them, we're drifting. And so I'm going to work the same thing here with the being. And what I'm going to attach to it is a charge, a feeling. And so if you said your life, you have 3 charges that you can orient to. We're going to do the same exercise, like which one is your majority charge? Is it positive, negative, or neutral? How much? And then for positive, would you say, and then neutral? That's the other way we can catch ourselves. Yeah. What's there for you in that? All we're doing is just looking at our starting position. In a starting position. And so it's like, oh, if my starting position is in 90% in the past and 50% of that is negative, what will that produce? What will you create with that? but you're living now.
Yes. Yes.
Because you're a powerful creator and your unconscious says yes to everything that you think of. Whatever you come up with, it says yes to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to go searching for that, and it's going to go find it, and it's going to pull it in.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, like celebrate that you know this, because no one's teaching it.
Right. Yeah. No,
So
it makes
just notice that pattern. It's like, oh, damn it, I should have known that. Like, damn, who am I? I'm just not good enough. Me neither. Beautiful. Good. And our concept of time, we go forward. And so if you think about, you stepped into your car, you're there with me right now, you start driving, you have a huge front windshield, right? That takes up, let's call it 90% of your view. Yeah. And then the little bit of the rear view mirror, you know, that's there. Yeah. Yours are just inversed. You're driving forward with a giant rear view mirror and a little sliver of where you're going.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. But it helps when you get in the car and look out your windshield and look in your rearview mirror to notice your starting point. Because that affects who's in the car with you. It affects what's going on in your car. It affects how you feel in the moment, because as you're driving, it is the moment.
Makes sense.
Good. Good.
Mm-hmm.
And then create. And so it's like, oh, damn, it's like if it's there and it's creating the life that I want, like it's creating, it's not creating the life that I want, but it is creating a life, right? It is creating, because that's what I've asked it to do. Yeah, my unconscious is constantly looking and fulfilling yes to everything I tell it. And so it's like, oh, to remind me the C part, the C is to be creative. And what has to be in place for you to be creative? Think about time and charge.
I guess be in the moment.
Good. Yep. If you think of creating, like in the moment is a great place to start. Yes. But we can't always just stay there, because then we're not going for anything. You become a beach ball and you get pulled into other people's creations. Yeah. But so if we think about creating means, oh, I want something that I don't have yet.
We have to take action.
Yeah. And so creation includes the future.
Mm-hmm.
Now that 5%, it's like, oh yeah, that part. And then whenever you think to the future, how do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, now when I think about the future, I guess it's worry.
So it's a negative charge. Oh,
Yeah.
good. And in creation, is it the same?
No.
What is it?
A positive.
There you go. And it's like, oh, maybe that's what I work my now to be like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, creation. That's the structures, to be in creation, and not like, oh, like always thinking into the future, because all we have is the moment of now. But what we're working with is to have the same feelings that you have now as when you arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so part of what we were working with is like, oh, you wanted to be joy, you wanted to be happy, you wanted to be free, satisfied. It's like, yes, those are the ones that we're doing. It's like what we're working is to have that now, to be it now, so that you are pulled right towards what it is that you're creating.
Yes.
Yeah, you open up that front view mirror, right? Open up the windshield so that, oh, there it is. And then it's like, now I know I need to look in the rearview mirror every now and again, right?
Right.
But it's not as much as I used to, or I'm having to, or had to. Yeah. But and then the D, I say the D is not destructive. And so anytime that we're going to the past, we're going negative, we could go to the future and go negative. Any one of those, like negativity, is where it's really destroying, destructing. It's the any D word you want to put, like delightful, I guess, is there. I just thought of a word that was positive and like delightful that had a D to it. But D is around like, where am I sabotaging? Where am I destroying? Where am I being destructive? Yeah. And it's just, what are these? These are just triggers to help you in your moment to say, oh no, let me switch into my creative energy, which is, what do I want? How would that feel? What's it like now? Which just means what's in the way. And it's like, well, how can I feel that now? How can I have that feeling now? Because that's all we're going for, is this feeling. Hmm. And so as we look to the future, we think about, and here's is like a life you love. Let's put that in the structure. What did it feel like to be living a life you love? Are you living it now? Are there moments of it? Good. So think about these moments, right? And what you can do is create a future memory of those moments. That's a creation, right? It's like, oh, I know like these things happened in the past. Oh, and I was enjoying my life. It's like, then I can put that, when I take that and I put it into the future, it'd be like, oh, what would it be like? What would I be doing? What shows up for me? And what you're doing is connecting to that aspect of you that is your true nature and purpose, your internal, authentically alive self. You are opening up the communication so that it begins to flow. Yeah. And to not notice, like to notice when the frustration or the anger or the destructive energy comes in and says, oh, I don't have it, I don't, la 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 la, all those things. It's like, your choice is, yes, you can choose at any moment to have joy, happiness, and success.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so what you can do, like part of the practice then, is to take that feeling and just lay it out, like visualize putting it out into the future at some point, and have that feeling and meditate on, what would I be doing to have this feeling? What more around what this is? And what you're doing is teaching your body to become addicted to that feeling. Because your unconscious then goes and makes it happen, because it says yes to that. Good. And this doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen with one recode. It takes a year. Thank you for letting me practice there.